Hi guys, thanks for checking the video out. So Steve Buzza here. I am in the Ledbetter Indoor Academy, Bangkok, so the new place where I coach. But I've got my driver in hand, and I've actually used a bit of equipment in the center to kind of alter a few things. So I'm currently using the Sub-Zero. So if you know anything about this, I have done a video on it. It's a head that came from the tour, and it's designed to spin the ball less. I'm a person that's always spun the ball too much, so a club that's reducing the spin is always great for me. But whenever you're trying to reduce the spin, you want to be able to launch the ball a bit higher. So what this club has given me the option to do is actually use more loft. So whereas I was using an 8-degree in the XR Pro, which again is a great club anyway, but what I found with this one is I've been able to put more loft on. So I'm actually doing something that I tend to ask a lot of my students to do. A bit more loft can sometimes give you a feeling of being a bit more forgiving. So I initially had it at 8, so I set it up exactly the same as my previous club, and it wasn't launching high enough. I then gradually put it higher and higher, so I had it at 10.5. So I've actually spent the majority of the year using it on 10.5. So what I did is we've got a Trackman out there, and the Trackman software has a thing called the Optimizer. And the Optimizer shows you what you should be doing. So it gives you a blue reading, and it shows what the launch should be, what the spin loft, the ball speed, the peak height, and actually how far the ball should be going. So I was hitting balls, and the Optimizer factors in your angle of attack. So it's not just a generic number. It factors in how you're delivering the club, and then for that delivery, what your numbers should be. And what I was finding is when I was at 10.5, I was launching the ball kind of okay, but my ball speed was way down, and it has felt like it's been way down. I've done a few videos, and people have even been kind of commenting on the smash factor, so the difference between my club head speed versus my ball speed. So that was down, and my spin loft number was too high. So spin loft it's a 3D measurement, but it's kind of the angle of attack, so how far down or up you're hitting, and then the difference between where the loft is. So with an iron, your angle of attack might be down quite a bit and the loft might be up. So what that does is it creates a big spin loft, which encourages a lot of spin. So again, in a wedge, that might be a good thing. With driver, we want a spin loft that's a bit less, because if I can get my spin loft down, I can actually control my spin number. So I'm going to reduce the amount it's spinning. So I had to play around, and what I actually found is when I went to 9.5, I still launched it in a really good place, but my spin loft went down. And my spin loft has gone down because I've reduced the loft. My angle of attack was already up. I was about 2-3 degrees up. So there was no point of trying to alter that. You might be a person that hits down quite a bit with driver. So to reduce that spin loft, reducing the loft is not the answer, because you just won't get any launch. So you need to actually change your delivery. What I have found, by changing my loft, I've improved my spin loft, and not only did I get a better flight, by reducing the spin loft, my ball speed went back up to where it should be. Because by bringing the face down a bit straighter, you end up getting a better transfer of the energy. So it was quite a good example of how a piece of software can make a big difference. So yes, so this is my driver, lowered the loft back down. So it's still higher than what I've had it, but it's lower than what I've had it the last sort of 3-4 months. And I've played on the course since, and I was really pleased with the results. It was a far more penetrating flight, and it kind of felt a bit better as well. So again, if you've got somebody around, if you've got access to that sort of equipment, it can make a massive difference, because a lot of people now are using clubs that have got adjustability, but you don't want to use that adjustability to hinder. You want to be able to tweak so you can kind of improve your performance. And like what I've done the last week or so has been an example of how that is possible. And I'm going to be hitting it even longer. Buzza long just got longer with the help of my friend Trackman and its software. get some comments down below. Are you somebody that has thought about this, so been altering their club to try and really maximize their performance? Or are you somebody that's actually used a Trackman or a similar launch monitor to improve, maybe in a custom fit? I'd love to hear what you've got to say, and I hope to catch you soon.